What's up, YouTube? My name is Adam and this is Broke Man Finance, and today I have been perusing the social medias and YouTube, commenting on some different videos that I've been watching on Nikola and Hyliion, or however you say it. I really don't even know at this point. I've heard so many people say it different ways, and if I say anything negative, people have been big mad, coming back at me with comments, and people are putting their life savings in these companies. Before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to do two things, and that is please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the algorithm tremendously while we try to grow this channel. Now, moving on. Before I invest in a company, I want to believe in a couple things. One, I want to believe in the product. I kind of want to have a little understanding of it, but the main thing too is I want to believe in the CEO because they lay out the vision for the entire company. Straight up, I'm going to go ahead and just lay it out there. I do not believe in Trevor Milton whatsoever. If you don't recognize that name, he is the CEO of Nikola. If you look at his past companies, he tried pumping them up the same way he's trying to pump Nikola up right now. He claims to be coming after Tesla and Elon, just like he did with Jeff Bezos and Amazon whenever he had this completely failed and botched retail site UpPillar. It was a complete flop, but afterwards he had the nerve to say that they were actually a competitor and were competitive with Amazon. Nikola Motors, who has yet to sell anything, they haven't even put a truck into production yet, except for these little demos that they've been doing, and don't even plan on really going into full production until 2024, yet they are valued at over $21 billion with a B, all off speculation. Another thing that bothered me about old Trev is he said that he was going to retire in 5 to 10 years. Could you imagine Elon, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, these phenomenal CEOs that have changed the world, literally? Could you imagine them saying that they're going to retire in 5 to 10 years before their company had even started really producing anything, especially revenue? Even before the trucks are into production, Trevor is talking about retiring. And you're the one with the vision that is asking me as an investor to put my money into your company. No way, nada, never gonna happen. Personally, I think Trevor is a complete scam artist. I think Nikola is a complete joke. Personally, I think Trevor is gonna end up being the star of a documentary. In a couple years, it shows how he swindled everybody into believing into this company. He may even end up in jail for all I know. Just like the guys from the Fire Festival. Nikola's management team has been the complete opposite of transparent, as opposed to Hyliion, who has been very transparent. At Hyliion's IPO announcement, they had the future laid out, they had a plan, they had management strategy, they had a vision of where they were going to. They were very, very transparent, which is something I like in a company. What did Nikola have at their IPO announcement? Nothing. Just basically Trevor bailing out as soon as he could, raking in a bunch of cash, and pretty much stepping out as the CEO immediately. Do I plan on investing in Nikola?
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
I do believe that Hyliion is a better company than Nikola. I do. I believe that they're actually a company that is going to make some money. They're going to produce a product. I just don't believe all the hype surrounding these companies. Nikola for death, hell no. And I don't understand all the hype around Hyliion. Whenever I'm reading and watching stuff about Hyliion right now, it seems like a lot of people think that they're already manufacturing trucks. They're not. What they're doing is they're making these powertrains for existing trucks. They're making hybrid trucks. These diesel semis you see, they're taking them, Freightliner, Peterbilt, all these companies, they're taking their trucks and they're turning them into a hybrid model. Now, I will be the first to say I have no idea how these trucks work. I'm not a mechanic. I've never claimed to be. But I'm kind of curious if that's the key thing in a speculative stock. Just like everybody else, I was excited when I started reading the potential for the company. And they may blow Tesla's doors off. I have no idea. But from what I'm reading online, and I'm not really seeing a lot of people mention it, is a lot of people that know what they're talking about when it comes to these trucks and engines and electric cars are saying that some of Hyliion's claims, well, are just completely bogus. The claims about how green they are and how efficient that these things are is not true. That the methane emissions from these trucks are almost the same as a regular diesel truck. But before I call anybody a liar, I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around it. I just don't know that much about it. So please, before people start ripping my heads off about this company that they love so much that's yet to really do anything, just understand that. I'm not calling anybody a liar. I'm just saying it is kind of odd. One thing that I like to know about, but you don't really hear a lot of people mention it, is the culture of the company. Imagine Google. Think about, let's use Google for an example. Google they have like free, you hear these rumors of free Starbucks, free McDonald's. They have these sleep pods. You can smoke weed openly there. And it's just, they've tried to create a culture around creativity and making it a work environment that everybody thrives in. But whenever I looked up reviews from former employees, and again, they're former employees, could they be pissed off at the world? Absolutely. And I'm not trying to judge a company just off of a few reviews. Just like you're not trying to review a company just off a couple of products. So let's look at this one. Intriguing product, poor execution in a difficult environment. I worked at Hyliion full-time for more than 3 years. Good market timing, imagine that. Some nice people, well that's good. Cons, look at the paragraph. Plain and simple, management is dysfunctional and made up of largely inexperienced and sycophantic college friends and significant others. The leaders, which are experienced, have trouble influencing change as their message is drowned out by the noise of politics and posturing games perpetuated by insecure leaders. There is an extreme culture of favoritism within the company, illustrated by friends hoisted into leadership positions who consistently make basic managerial mistakes. Remember, Mr. Healy, the CEO of Hyliion, is, I think, still under 30 years old. So there could be some validity to that. A culture of insecurity results since things are largely not rooted in merit. Much of the talent has excused themselves from this frustrating environment during my tenure here, furthering the insecurity at the top. If you're considering a job here, ask about turnover rate and watch the interviewer squirm, dodge, or provide a bold-faced lie. If you have talent, there are other opportunities available with a less frustrating environment. If you're desperate for a job, come prepared. That sounds terrible. Does it recommend? Negative outlook. There's no need to write additional reviews. Lacking consistent policies for employees' welfare. Does it recommend? Could Hyliion be an incredible company to invest in? Absolutely. I'm just saying I'm not comfortable investing my money into them yet because I don't actually believe in what they're saying they can do, that they can do. But in all honesty, I hope everybody makes a ton of money. I mean that as sincere as I can. And please don't come at me with no mechanical mumbo jumbo, because I really, for one, I'm probably not going to understand it. I'm not mechanically inclined. I'm not built that way. As with any company, tread with caution and make sure you do your research before you put any money into this thing. People are piling their savings accounts into this stock thinking that it's the next Tesla. But would we really be talking about these companies whatsoever if Tesla wasn't blowing the doors off the stock market right now? Elon is the real CEO of all of these companies right now because he's the only one that's actually driving interest with a proven product and brand. Now everybody else wants to jump on the bandwagon and try to get in early because they see the success that Tesla's having. Could they be great companies? Sure. Are either one of these companies the next Tesla?
Hell no, to the no.
Not a chance. Could everyone be getting FOMO? Faux show. Could everybody be suffering from FOMO right now? Yes. Listen, I just now started really investing into Tesla. For the longest time now, I felt like they were overvalued. Hell, even Elon said that they're overvalued. Just around a year ago to the day, they were like a couple $100. I looked at it then and I was like, they seem a little volatile. I don't know. Then they jumped up to the 300. Then they were at 600. Now I'm like, wow, man, 200 wasn't so bad. Then they're at 900. And I thought, well, 300 wasn't so bad. They hit 12 and 1400 now. And I'm still looking back like, damn, maybe I should have got in at 900. 300 seems like a steal at this point. But I kept thinking to myself, they're way too expensive. They're way too overvalued. So I never pulled the trigger on it and got in. But recently I finally did. Maybe it could have been a little FOMO. It was probably FOMO, but it was more likely because of Ron Barron. Ron is a funds manager who seems like a sweet paw type of guy who's just dropping knowledge bombs on people's faces, and it would probably behoove you to listen to this guy. Recently, he was doing an interview where he said that he felt like Tesla still had a lot of room to grow. And this was when Tesla was $900 a share here recently. He said he felt like Tesla and SpaceX still had a lot of room to grow, and that he felt like by the end of the year, they could be at $2,000. And in 10 years, he felt like they could be at $10,000. And I really like this guy. I really respect Ron Barron. And so I thought, you know, I'm sitting here at $1,200 and $1,400 thinking, man, I should have got in at $300. But now it's too expensive. But what if it does get to $2,000? What if he does get to $10,000? And then you're looking back thinking, man, I really should have got in at $1,200 and $1,400. That'd be 12 to 14% of what it is in 10 years. In 5, 6, 7 years, if it is at $7,000 and $8,000, whatever, you're still going to look back at what it is right now at $1,200 and $1,300 and think, man, what a steal that was. Just like I'm thinking about that $300 and $600 now. So I listened to Ron, I got in, and I've already made a few bucks off of it. So far, so good. Point being, don't waste your money on speculative stocks. It's kind of fun to have one here and there. And if you're going to put a little money into it, put a little money into it. I've been reading online where people are taking their life savings and putting it into Hyliion and Nikola. Like, dear God, don't do that to yourself. Be very, very skeptical. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. But if you did do that, then I got my fingers crossed for you that both of those companies shoot to the moon. If I will sit here in 2 years from now, and if they're $1,000 a share, I'll own it. I don't care. But if you're looking to invest in the future, then go with Tesla. They're proven. They got a brand. They got a CEO with vision that plans on sticking around. He's put people in space. Trevor hadn't even put a truck on the road. As always, please like the video and subscribe. If you're big mad, please, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section below, and hope to hear from you.